In the early morning hours of Wednesday, April 7th, Ambulance 716 was dispatched to provide mutual aid at the intersection of New Hampshire Avenue and Piney Branch Road in Silver Spring. They were responding for a report of one down. While responding, the call type was upgraded to a cutting. Upon arrival on the scene, firefighters Barnes and Rivas found the patient being assisted by an off-duty security guard. The patient was bleeding uncontrollably from multiple stab wounds. The crew immediately realized the patient was suffering from life-threatening injuries, and they called for ALS assistance. The patient was moved into the back of Ambulance 716 and began patient care. While waiting for the arrival of Paramedic Engine 716, firefighters Barnes and Rivas began to apply trauma dressings to the wounds to control the bleeding. The patient lacerations were deep and severe enough to expose bone and ligaments, and one extremity was cut so violently it was a partial amputation. Upon arrival of Paramedic Engine 716, firefighter Barnes met the crew and advised them of the critical and time-sensitive nature of the injuries and the importance of immediate transport to a trauma center. Firefighter Paramedic Cole brought his ALS gear to Ambulance 716, and they began transport to MedStar Trauma. While en route to the trauma center, firefighter Rivas and firefighter Paramedic Cole worked together to apply pressure dressings and a tourniquet to every extremity to control the bleeding, perform an EKG, and they consulted with MedStar Trauma. During transport, the patient informed the crew that there was a second patient injured during the same incident. The crew notified dispatch, and this information was relayed to police on the scene, and the crew from Paramedic Engine 716 stayed on the scene in case they were needed for the second patient. Upon arrival at MedStar, patient care was transferred to the MedStar trauma team. The patient was immediately taken to the operating room and found to be suffering from 23 stab wounds to the head, upper and lower extremities, and back, as well as multiple fractures resulting in multiple surgeries. The ability of the crew to transition from a seemingly routine everyday call to a true life-threatening emergency is a testament to their training and professionalism. The quick decision-making and treatment provided by firefighters Barnes and Rivas and firefighter Paramedic Cole had a significant impact on the survival of this patient. The patient was discharged home on April 22nd and is doing well.